we are at the National Farm Machinery Show. If you look behind me, there's Ethan in the Canadian tuxedo. Clark Farms on YouTube, if you've never seen his YouTube channel. Shout out and thanks to Soil Max for giving me a badge so we can walk around with a little bit of peace and a little quieter, I guess you could say, because it gets kind of loud in here with everybody chitting and chatting, and look at some of these pieces of equipment afterwards, which I think this thing right here looks pretty cool. Vector. That's got Cummins in it.
How fast do those go? Isn't it like 40, 50 mile an hour?
I think so. So with our grain bin setup that we've got going on, or starting to put together, something along those lines is what we're gonna need slash I kind of want, because getting hopper bottoms onto the swing away hopper is getting to be a little bit challenging. So something like that is kind of what I've got my eyes on. Disc brakes. Yeah, disc brakes on the trailer. So I saw on the internet somebody that had like an 8630 or 8430 that they put, which is the old John Deere articulated tractors, that they put like these 3-wing mowers on, and they're running that to mow their hay. That would be a heck of a setup. But how they get the power on that, I don't know. This is actually a company that I've never heard of before, but some type of strip till bar. Big old tank, and it's got its own like loading system. So I'm not really sure what the difference is in between the one that we just saw and one like this. This one's like hydraulic drive, I think, but it has its own ramps, which I don't know if that's a benefit or not. And this one's a drag. Walking around, I have seen ones with augers in it. We'll find one of those too. Closer time. Some hay handling equipment. It would be interesting to know how much like dry hay a wrapped bale sells for, same quality at auction. Because we've walked around here looking at what some ways to maintain the value of the hay or the quality of the hay. There's lots of hoop barns around. There's some metal building barns. There's some fabric deals, but with snow and ice usually during the winter and maybe wanting to load out hay, I feel like that'd be like a little bit of an issue. But something like that, you could maybe, if you could pick up the premium on keeping the hay really good quality, something like that could be worth it. You run a Capello?
That is identical to mine.
That's your corn head? Wait, you run a Capello?
Yes.
Do you got choppers?
Yeah. You can disengage them, you can run them, you can kick them out.
See,
Really
so since you no-till some stuff too, don't you?
Yeah.
I've been told like actually running the choppers is not as good if you want to no-till the next year.
There's definitely more. My next head won't necessarily be a chopping head.
Yeah. Because it like leaves the mat and then it doesn't want to dry, versus like if you leave kind of the more residue vertical.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
so
you're right. And it's very hard on tires too, because you've got really sharp stocks.
Oh, is it really? Dad has a 1293 John Deere head that still works really pretty good. And everybody talks about how hard things are, like how hard you need stock stompers and stuff like that. With just regular rolls, it's like our tires are not getting beat up because we don't have anything sharp up there. It's like the corn stalk gets bent. I mean, stock stompers would still probably help, but we're not shredding things. But that's a good looking head. That is a nice looking head.
Yeah, my snapping rolls, they've got a lot more of a gap between them than this one, so it may be time for me to pay some attention to that. But you can flip these knives over.
So Andrew told me to look for a grapple for him, and there's a lot of companies that make like grapples kind of like that, or with the closer tines back together. But he's looking for one to clean out his manure lot with. And this one, worksaver.com, this one right here, that kind of looks like a nice little grapple, kind of like a hinging deal. That might be one that's good for cleaning out manure. So want to know a fun fact, Ethan? Shivers dryer systems are made about 9 miles from me. Well, for the people that don't know, like a Shivers system is, well, here it is. A Shiver system is like bin sweeps, and it uses like a bin. It turns like a dryer bin into like a continuous flow dryer in kind of simple terms. They're actually kind of an interesting system. And I actually think that they're actually kind of leading things for like the hemp market actually too. Little 2 blades underneath it. Is this like a Roomba thing though?
Anybody that's running this one better have a mullet.
Mullet and some sunglasses. So Ethan just asked me a good question about why, like, would I not just add, if you want to like drive over capabilities, just put one of these onto your swing away hoppers. That's not what I'm after. I need the distance away from the swing away hopper, so that the semis don't have to like nose in or back in or like get really close to the tractors. So the other option would be is that you put your auger, on the ground and then you put a 90-degree gearbox on it. I don't like that idea. But this here, well, this one's like a double barrel one. Holy smokes, you'd move some serious grain with that. But something along this lines right here, this size with ramps like that, and then you could be way further away from your swing away hopper, which would be right here, and then have your tractor here, and your semis don't have to get so close. That's what I'm after. This is kind of new, I think. That is a cover crop spreader, I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure. But it's thin stainless steel. Made by Montag. That's definitely not a new company by any means. But that is... I don't think I've seen one of those at any of these shows before. Look at the front slant on that tractor. Look at how that hood just goes shoo. The big square baler saga continues. A chrome baler. 3x3? I would assume that's a 3x3 baler. So Case came out with some new stuff. Actually, don't know. I need to crawl up into the sprayer. Ethan says I need to check out one of their cabs. But they changed, or the quad tracks are different. 555 quad track, which 555 makes it a peak 614 horsepower. They go up to a 700 horsepower quad now. Definitely some more stuff hanging out here on the front than the quad track that we're running. Looks like a real nice tractor. Ethan's gonna have rattle cans out here really soon. His magnums are gonna be black. What's the number on the side of this?
4450.
4450. Sprayer. My guess is must have the Raven stuff on it. It does. Swing all the way around. Holy smokes, you can't see anything out the back end of that. Nice cab, but I don't know what it'd be like to run a rear boom sprayer after getting used to just running the Haggies with the front boom. But I got a feeling this thing rides really nice. Probably rides fantastically. How many gallon? 1600 gallon. Ooh, I wonder if that's like a Vision driving deal. So something that I've been shopping for probably for the last year is a Mini. I like the Kubota Mini so far. I mean, I've always kind of liked the Kubota stuff, and I think I would like probably around this size. But the issue is the cab size. that looks pretty tight. I don't know if that'd fit me so well. Do not know if it fit me so well. The first X9 I've ever been around.
It's very large.
Yeah. It's kind of wide in the back.
Deep.
So, since we just talked about a little Mini, I need to run up here to the Kubota booth and we'll look at its Mini. Drago corn heads here. I think this is pretty smart. Reflector strips on the snouch. Molly's favorite booth. We'll do some design work with FlowX here at some point. But basically that's for if you don't want to have the software or the knowledge on how to actually design a tile plan and you want to actually have a tile plan designed for you, you can do that through FlowX, which is a Soil Max company. Stop right there. Okay, quit yawning too. What do you think that is right there before we get to it?
That yellow thing?
Yeah, with the black stuff on it. Just take a guess. What do you think it is?
Like some sort of sweeper?
Close. So I believe they call these, some people call them scrubbers, maybe. So instead of being able to so say you grew non-GMO crops.
Is this how I get rid of the cockleburrs?
Possibly. This is a possibility. Or even for maybe a secret project that we're working on. So you can pump chemical into these and then it wets it up and then you drive over the top of it. So say there's your non-GMO soybeans, it rubs your water hemp or whatever and kills it. I believe people call them scrubbers. I think they're called scrubbers. So it's a way that you can maybe control the weeds in your fields that you don't want to have weeds in. And the Kubota cap, I mean, I don't know if it looks any. I think I fit. I don't know that it looks a lot bigger, and this is, I think this would be close to the same size. Yeah, see, this one's not so bad. It's not bad.
But like the skid steer kind of?
Yeah, it's just like there's no
short.
No,
it's really short. Yeah, there's like no leg room.
Leg room.
Yeah.
Like kick out your legs, so like you're sitting like this.
Yeah.
All day that you're in here.
Straight up on your knees. Yeah.
But the other thing, like I look at when I look at these things.
Hello.
Is that's plastic or metal. That's metal actually, so that's not plastic. And that's metal. That's metal. I think. No. Like a hard, I don't know if it's hard metal or plastic. Metal. But the other thing I like about the Kubota is this has got a 4-way blade. When you're like trying to push like back things together, you can angle it and windrow it a little bit better than if it was just like a standard blade.
3 points of contact with the top floor. Together, these components help optimize cooling air molecules during discharge. The Premier VS 510 single screw vertical mixer is built with durable components such
I wonder what the difference is between a premium baler and just the 605, because Jim, who does my baling, runs a 605. I wonder what the difference between them, and what the heck is this thing? It's 504, okay. And then they've always, well, they came out with this self-propelled guy relatively recently, like probably within the last 5 years, but I've never seen one of those actually run in a field.
do believe that this is exactly what I need for this little baby tractor, my little baby mower, my little baby bucket. I have everything I need. Oh yeah, that's for me.
Molly and I have come down here. We were here last year. This is the second time that Molly is here. There's a big difference this year in between the show and last year's show. Actually, there's some new things that have rolled out this year, and there really wasn't a whole lot of new stuff last year. And last year there was like booths that had things not in them because of supply chain issues, things like that. But it's really nice to see things filled back up. So I don't know if that means that kind of the supply chain crisis is starting to work its way out and things might level off here a little bit. Who knows? But it's nice to actually have the show be the show again. Look at that seed drill. Holy smokes. Talk about some complicated stuff. One of the new things that rolled out this year at the show is Kinsey introduced their new 5700 series planters. This one's a 24 row 20, which I believe makes it a 40-foot planter. And they got the 5900 series, which is a 24 row 30, and they changed some stuff. You're looking at a new row unit, parallel arms, scrapers, things like that. Pretty cool. Looks beefy made, just like everything kind of Kinsey does. And if you happen to look right here, that tractor looks a little familiar. So hopefully we can get a chance to actually see one of these things running, check them out. But I think they got a lot of interest in these new planters. Big show, but yeah, it's a really big show. So I think that's going to be the end of this video. I'm going to check out the Tuxedo Canadian dude back there in Denham, Clark Farms. Check him out. See you guys in the next one.
Already doing good. We got a padded buddy seat. Oh, we got radio controls. That's interesting. This looks very like video gamey, doesn't it?